Okay, good morning, boys and girls. This is Papa Jack coming at you again from the Clayton Center for Active Aging, and we're going to do a video this morning, a little different, but this is the last of the silhouettes. Now, after this week, we're going to do some stuff where you're going to have like water and reflections in water and trees and different colors of trees and different styles of trees. You're going to learn a lot in the next series is a series of 6. But this is going to finish up the silhouettes, and the only reason I did the 2 silhouettes was to give you an idea of how to push paint for those of you who have never painted. Now, I hope some of you have gotten your paints and whatever. I told you can take $10 and go to Walmart and get everything you need for all of my lessons. And so it isn't that big a deal, and if somebody needs help with it, I got that too. So, but let me show you this. This is this week's. Now, if you notice, everything's kind of pinkish and bluish. A little bit of white in there. And we're going to change it a little bit from that. I never do anything. If I'm using a reference photo, I never do it exactly the same because of copyright reasons, personal ego, I guess. Grumpy old man's ego, whatever it is, but I don't do it the same way. But this is what we're going to do today, and I've already got my background done. You see the background's even darker. I've got my moon there, but that moon's not going to be white. It's a guy that took his girlfriend out on the water fishing, and it's just getting dark, and they're having a good time. They're catching a few fish, and I just want you to enjoy it as much as they were. What we're going to do right now, I think, is go ahead and get our moon painted. What I've done is I've changed the color from pink to lavender and the purple. And I'm mixing up a little lavender paint, a little purple paint, lighter purple, and some white. And I'm mixing it about 3 parts white to 1 part purple. And then we're just going to start painting this in. And it's still a kind of a pinkish look, but it's not pink. I'm going to bend over and do this like this because I can stay in the lines better. And takes you back to when you're a kid and trying to stay in the lines of colored book. It's not always easy. So I'm going to get in the best position I can for it. I wanted to do it standing up today so that you could see a little better of what's getting done than what we were sitting down. So I'm not in the way like this. And so we're going to continue with this, and we're going to, if you notice, now you see there, it's darker in that spot. And the reason being, I didn't stir that paint up because if you'll ever look at the moon, it's not the same color all the way around. And that's the same thing with most anything in nature that you get. It's not going to be the same color. So you'll see me sneak in a little dark place here and there, like that. And we're going to do some real dark places here in a minute. And none of this is hard. I really get discouraged sometimes when people tell me, oh, I can't even draw a straight line. I told you about that. My answer to that is good. Nothing in nature really has a straight line. Even the horizon is straight, but if you look at it, it's got a curve. But it looks straight because of the distance that's there. And so we just about got this moon done. And when you look at the moon, you stop and think about it just a minute. When you look at the moon, there's parts of that moon that's got dark spots and lighter spots, and that's what we're going to wind up with here. And then we're going to do some water. And that's done just a little bit different from this. Uh-oh. If you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. You can get rid of it with not a whole lot of effort. I was telling you about putting some darker places on it. And that's what we're getting ready to do here now. You can see any moon you look at in it, when you got the full moon, you're going to see darker places in it. And that's all I'm doing right now. See how hard that is? Folks, you guys who worry about I can't do it, yes you can. You just don't think you can, therefore you can't. And I'm trying to make it as easy for you as I can to know that you can do this stuff. Putting my brush in water like I always say. Alright, now, I'm going to use a little different brush this time. This is a fan brush, folks. You know, this is an invaluable tool. What I'm going to do now is we're going to do the water. And I'm going to do the same thing here, but I'm going to use a little more white this time than I did last time. That's why I put 2 piles of white, because I thought I would need some more. And all we're going to do here is come across, and then we're going to fill in the gaps, and we're going to have us some water here in just a minute. And if you know anything about water, you know it's not all the same color either. So we're going to take and put a little bit of white in here, just in a place or two. Does anybody see anything hard about any of this? I failed to find it. There's just no hardness there. It's just a little extra work. And here we're going to just put a little shot of, so we have some variance in the color. And now we got our water. And let's see, we got that, we got the water. I'm not going to start on the tree yet. We're going to have trees on both sides. And those are cherry trees. I know this is, because I blew this up so you can see it, that's out of focus. But we're going to have cherry trees on both sides in full bloom. The boat's going to be there. The reflection of the boat and the people is going to be there. And we're going to do that in the next segment, because this one's just about up. And so we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do one more 10-minute segment. And then I'll be looking forward to seeing you come back. This is Papa Jack, and we'll see you in a few minutes.